Hello everyone and welcome to Sinful Gaming. I hope you're all doing well, I hope you're all staying safe, and most of all, I hope you're all fighting that war against the grey. Today's video, we're going to talk getting started with Path to Glory for Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and in today's video, we're going to take a look at the Sons of Behemat. The army of all giants. What we're going to do in this video is, first of all, we're going to talk about what exactly we get from a Sons of Behemat army in the game of Warhammer Age of Sigmar, and then we'll run through how we create a warband for Path to Glory, going through the 5 major steps on how to create one. And then we'll look at units we can start off our collection with, units we can expand our collection with, and then finally a little sample army list for you to get started with your Warhammer Age of Sigmar army for Sons of Behemat in Path to Glory. So with that all said, what exactly do we get with a Sons of Behemat army? Well, first of all, it's an all-monster army. There are very, very few models in this army. In fact, there is no way in Path to Glory, especially at the Vanguard size, so those small 500 to 600 point games, there's no way to start with more than a single model. So you just need to pick up a mega-gargant, and we'll talk all about them in just a second later in the video. But this army is really strong on objective play. It counts as more models, and particular tribes of the Sons of Behemat can count as even more models, sometimes 30 or more on objectives. So really, really strong objective play. The army has a ton of wounds. Mega-gargants to around 35 to 40 wounds per model, and the man crushers are, generic monsters with 12 or so wounds each as well. The army, despite being no flying, is pretty fast and mobile. The mega-gargants have the ability Longshanks, which allows them to sort of walk over things as if they had the fly keyword, so they aren't quite so easy to stop as you first might think. And the army generally does put out pretty good damage. I mean, they're all monsters. It's nothing too obscene with the amount of damage that this army will put out, but it will put out some good damage across the table. With that said though, let's go look at how we create a Path to Glory warband. And so step 1 is to choose your faction and your realm. Now with Sons of Behemat, it depends on which mega-gargant you choose to start with. That will determine your sub-faction, and you can't change your sub-faction throughout the course of the campaign. So if you pick your first mega-gargant, this is what you're going to be playing in what tribe. And so that really is going to depend on what mega-gargant you want to go with. Depends on where you should be thinking on what your faction and what your sub-faction, your tribe of mega-gargants is going to be from. Realm-wise, it's all about the narrative. This is really a great opportunity to sort of decide how you're going to do your basing, your story behind your army, and really just get that narrative sort of starting to, form for yourself. There are some publications where you can get some cool realm artifacts out of and other realm abilities, but there's no necessary reason to play any rules into that. Step 2, we then choose our starting size and territories, and Gargants do have a little bit of a unique one. How Gargants actually go about it is they determine their big heal and what he's going to do. So you determine your Warlord rank. So we're going to talk about 600 point games, as that's what we're doing this whole series on. So this means our Gargant is going to start off as a Bull Gargant. Now what your first big Gargant starts off as, in this case a Bull Gargant, this determines what you sort of get. So a Bull Gargant has a maximum limit of 4 Mega-Gargants and 6 Man-Crusher Gargants allowed in total. He also starts with 15 Warlord Renown, and you get a starting territory, but this must be the Wildlands starting territory, which of course is going to be the one that gives you the ability to include an extra monster slot. You're also going to get 5 starting glory points as well. Now, step 3, order of battle for a maximum number of units. This one is pretty simple. You go see what your type of Gargant allows you to do. So, like we said, 4 Mega-Gargants and 6 Man-Crushers is where we can start with for the Sons of Behemat. Step 4 is core enhancements, and what it means by core enhancements is the enhancements that you would normally pick throughout a game. So your first sort of triumph, your first artifact, your first spells, all that sort of stuff, that's all what you pick with this. So it's just those ones you would generically pick. You can get additional things later throughout the course of the campaign, but this is just where it starts. Now, picking your first quest is also important. I think for Gargants, Defend Your Realm is actually a pretty cool one. If you're going to try and get that other Mega-Gargant quickly, maybe you could go for one of the ones like Search for the Artifact, but I think Defend Your Realm is really cool. It's going to get you lots of glory points over the course of it. So, Defend Your Realm, at the end of each Path to Glory battle, you add 1 quest point to the progress section of your quest log for each friendly unit held within your territory. In addition, you can spend a glory point to gain an additional quest point. Once you've gained 3 or more quest points, you complete this quest, and when you complete this quest, you gain 10 glory points. It's just a good way to get some more glory points, which are going to help you along your way to improving your warbands. But where do we start? So the first one, I guess, is making that choice of Mega-Gargant, and we'll talk a little bit about all of them here. So for me, this is my personal favourite, and that is the Kraken Eater. His ability is he's going to allow models to count as more on objectives, and he can also kick objectives around, which is pretty cool. His big thing is he can reroll hit rolls of 1 for his Almighty Stomp, unless the target is a monster. He's got Crushing Charge and Death Grip in there as well, where he can reroll hit rolls of 1 for attacks that target a monster. And then he's got Get Off Me Land, where he can kick objectives around, long shanks like all Gargants, and a bunch of other stuff as well, like all of them. His big thing is Stuff 'em in me net, where he can pick up models and sort of put them in his nets, which is pretty cool. Like all Gargants, he's got 35 wounds on a 4-up save, and he's got movement that starts at 11 and generally degrades, though the movement does change from Gargant to Gargant. Damage-wise, he's got some good solid all-round damage. He's definitely not the most offensively powerful of them. His Shipwrecker Club, though, does have 8 attacks at 3 3s, Ren 2 damage 2, and then he's got his Death Grip for 3s 2s, Ren 3 damage D6, and his Almighty Stomp with 2 attacks at 3s 3s, Ren 2 damage D3. The mega-gargant War Stomper is another one of the options, where his one is his Titanic Boulder Club. He gets to add some extra stuff to him when he's fighting larger units. So the attack characteristic of the Titanic Boulder Club is equal to the number of enemy models within 3 inch. Add the Titanic Boulder Club value onto the attacking model's damage to the total, and add 4 to the total for each monster within 3 inch of the attacking model. If the modified attacks characteristic of the Titanic Boulder Club is less than 1, it counts as being in 1, and if it's more than 10, it counts as being as 10. So you can have 10 attacks on that Titanic Boulder Club for 3/3 Ren 2 damage 2, and then he's got, you know, your normal sort of Death Grip and jump up and down abilities, where he's got a multitude of other attacks. He's got some other cool rules as well, where he's got the nice sort of long shanks and held body, where he can pick a model up and throw them across the table. Is pretty awesome. Lastly, we have the Gatebreaker. Now, he's probably the most offensively good of the mega-gargants, with Almighty Stomp at 2 attacks, 3/3s, Ren 2 damage D3, Death Grip 3/2, Ren 3 damage D6 like normal, and his Foot Crusher Flail with 10 attacks, 4s to hit however, but 3s and Ren 3 damage 3. So he really can do some damage if you can get some bonuses to hit on him. His other cool things that he's got Smash Down, where he adds 1 to the damage inflicted by each successful attack if he attacks someone in a garrison, and that's pretty much his sort of thing. Some really cool sort of stuff, and this really is going to be where you need to make your option and your choice for your Sons of Behemat, as this is going to dictate how the rest of your force competes and goes throughout the course of the campaign. Looking at other units, and well, we only have one, and that is the Man-Crusher Gargants. For me, these are going to be much more useful if you're, say, playing in the Stomper tribe, where these guys get a lot more benefits. Man-Crusher Gargants have 12 wounds on a 5-up save, and they can do a decent amount of damage with 10 attacks, 3/3s, Ren 1 damage 1, and a Mighty Kick at 1 attack, 3/3, Ren 2 damage D3, and the Headbutt for 1 attack, 4/3, Ren 3, and damage of 4 when fully up on health. They can stuff models in their bag, pick them out of the ranks, and do some other cool things like Stomping Charge. But they really are the most useful when you're talking about taking them in that War Stomper tribe. Now, looking at a little sample army list I've gone with, for me, this is my personal favourite. I do like the Kraken Eater, but you can really go with whichever mega-gargant you want. For me, I've gone the Kraken Eater. He's going to be the general, and monstrously tough. I think it's just a generically good command trait to give to your mega-gargant. It puts an extra 5 wounds. That means these models go up to 40 wounds each. And then we've gone for the Artifact Glowy Lantern, which turns our mega-gargant into a wizard. This just opens up the amount of quests we can do, because now our wizard can start to perform more quests, which is really cool. And we're going to go to the basic spell, Universal Spell Law, Flaming Weapon, for the +1 damage on our mega-gargant. For a triumph, we've gone Inspired for +1 to wound, and of course, Grand Strategy is always for Sons of Behemat Beastmaster. Well, that's it for the video. We hope you enjoyed watching. If you did, please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to come chat more with me and other members of our little fine community here at Sinful Gaming, you can do so by following the link in the video's description to our Discord server. Lastly, if you'd like to help support the channel more, you can do so by following the links to either our Patreon or YouTube members down in the description of the video. It goes a massive way to helping the channel continue to produce the content that it does. We'd like to give a special shout out to all our patrons and YouTube members, so a special thank you to our Patreons: Christian Weir, James Soren, Greenskins Gaming, AJC, Kenny Lyle, Outer and Shop First, Andrew Bowen, Nathan Fee, The Rising Ape, Cure Dynamic, Agu, Anthony B, Anton Nilsson, JJ Austrian, Average Wargamer, Domir, Mark Harvey, James Cater, and Samuel. And a shout out to our YouTube members: Green Roots Gaming, Kenton Young, Chris Wallace, Ronya, Vinny, Lockloric, The Johnny84, David Ellsworth, Revenar, Wolfric Nick, Broken Chef, Sean Scott, and Ariana Edwards. Finally, a last special shout out to Lady Witchfox Art, who does all the amazing artwork for the channel that you see pictured here, and to Xmorphic, who does all the amazing background work on our Discord server for us. Thank you both, you do amazing work. That's it though. Please don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. Once again, stay safe, stay well, and most of all, keep fighting that war against the grey. Ciao for now.